You know that little mini. Oh, sorry.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year.
That little mini waffle maker that you have, Jenny? Well, for Valentine's Day, they have one that's like heart-shaped. So you can make little heart-shaped mini waffles. So I might go get one just because it's cute.
I love mine. And Lucy loves mine. He's like, ooh, you're making waffles.
It's pretty good. I have a little one. I was all over the place trying to find the ones that they had that had the baby Yoda. I couldn't find it. I should have just ordered it online.
Well, we're up to 5170 on Feeding America New Year's Eve live stream. Thank you all so much for all your donations. And for those of you that shared your 7 hours of your life with us, or some fraction thereof.
It flew by.
It flew by. To the person who asked if we could do timestamps, feel free to put 7 hours worth of timestamps on that video if you like. Or you can just remember where you left off and come back in to watch. So, no, I'm not doing timestamps. And I don't think Becca or Johnie are going to do timestamps.
And not all of it was reading. Some of it was other stuff.
We gave 7 hours of our time. You're welcome.
I see Peggy in there. Hi, Peggy and CG. Saw him in there too.
Lucky girl.
Lucky girl.
It was fun in that 7 hours because people do come and go. So you see some names you don't normally see because you're on later and stuff. And
it was fun.
So how's y'all's New Year's going so far? I know we're only 2 days in, but still. 2 days into 2022.
Sleeping a lot.
Sleeping a lot.
Mystery Achiever, don't you do time? She's making notes. She said.
Oh my God.
You do you, but listen, I'm not asking you to. That's for sure.
Do like 15 minutes of timestamps, Mystery, and then say, and more.
Because a lot of it was not all political, and we did some games in there, and then we just had some chats, and then we took breaks, which I actually liked because it felt refreshed when I came back. So it was.
Okay, speaking of games, if you could only slap one person in the GOP, who would it be? Talk amongst yourselves in the chat. If you could bitch slap one person in the GOP.
Oh, Linda J, I don't know why that was so.
Are you going to answer, Johnie?
It's kind of
well, mine is Mitch McConnell all day, every day.
I was going to say that. I was like, no, I can't because Johnny's going to say it. I'll bitch slap Ted Cruz from here until the cows come home.
Now that one,
I can't stand to hear Jim Jordan open his mouth. I'd have to go after him.
1, 2, and 3. Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Mitch, I'd be afraid I'd take him out if I hit him because he's getting up there, and I've got a good 30 years of pin-up anger at him.
Okay.
I might take him out for entertainment purposes only. YouTube.
Or just roll him on his back, see if he can get up. That's it. You've got to hit him.
Yeah, Marco Rubio's been pretty quiet. I haven't heard anything out of his mouth in a couple of years. I just saw Rubio in the chat.
Maybe he got deported.
Back to Cuba you go.
We'll send Ted Cruz back to Canada.
That might start a war.
I know.
The man without a country.
This is a threat sending these kind of packages up here.
We'll just send him back down to Cancun and not let him back in.
The Mexicans are like, we don't want him, I say.
Well, there's your ball.
So, thank you, Mel. Oh, yes, if you pay extra, you can slap too. So, Why hasn't Trump announced or filed the paperwork to run in 2024? He filed his paperwork for 2020 the day he took office. Why hasn't he? Thank you, Marie. Why hasn't he filed his paperwork to run yet? He's doing all these fundraisers and rallies and grifting.
I get there is worry about keeping something close to the vest, keeping something tight knit, Four of Pentacles, like trying to hold on to something. There's some worry and some stress about it. I don't know if him running for president is going to release him from doing something else, or I don't know what. There's something there about possible investments or possible pent up money, saved up money, Seven of Pentacles as well. There's like something that's saved up and pent up that he doesn't quite know exactly where it would land should he run for president with the Seven of Cups. Then there's also worried about legal documents of some sort. With the Page of Pentacles, there's documents about money or documents that have to do with money or that involve money, that are talk about money, and then there's a legal aspect to them too. So that's what I get. There's some distractions.
What do you get, Becca?
I got the letter, which would be our paperwork, the ring, mountain, tower, and woman. He hasn't filed yet because there's something in the terms that is preventing him from doing something, and also legal issues with the woman. So I don't know if this is Letitia James or the January 6th committee. The paperwork is delayed. And then this woman and something routine with the courts or an institution. So this could be Trump org, Trump towers, Trump, whatever the heck, but it's in the courts. There's something he's bound to in the courts, and that paperwork is delayed. And then this woman. So I get it's legal stuff. I get no money cards though, so I only pulled a line of 5, but I get legal issues.
I get he's enjoying getting a lot of attention, but he's also got judgment on him, and he's fighting with Republicans, and I don't know, he may break with them. That would be interesting to look at, like thinking about breaking from them, but he also has all the legal stuff coming after him. So I get he's planning to, but he's just trying to hang on to everything close to his chest right now. He doesn't want too much information out there. And I get he's like bullying friends. So probably like, or bullying people he's partnered with, like the Alex Jones, stuff like that. But I get something's getting ready to change. He's going to start talking about it. And might be presenting something. But I also get be patient, because around the same time here, legal stuff's moving in, and that might make him withdraw from running. So let's ask Willie. Willie announce soon that he's running, because he's got to get in primaries in states. Like, didn't Texas start their primaries in February or something? I was like, it'd be just like him to announce he's running January 6th of all days, in poor taste. Do it in poor taste.
Best day president. Well, I get nostalgia and return, so he may be trying to make some sort of announcement. There is some sort of hitch in the get along with the Page of Swords and the Death card. Someone may be trying to undermine him from the inside, so this might be like a Mitch or somebody like that who wants the party to move on or to move forward, as they say, which there is no forward, but if that's me being judgy. But I think there's some sort of little hitch there, but I do get the Six of Swords and Ace of Swords, so that will be a yes. He wants to run. And then the Four of Wands, Judgment, Six of Cups. There's a lot of regeneration and nostalgia, so yeah. I don't think he'll be the nominee, though.
What you getting, Becca?
I got Tower, Letter, and Bouquet. There's subpoenas coming his way from the courts. And also some sort of formal mail to do with gifts. And then, so it's saying yes, but it's the announcement itself, it's only to make routine payments. So payments here, abundance, routine, that's part of the, see what I'm saying? So it's almost like
to grift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the surprise card on the bottom. He's burdened right now, but in going through a lot of changes here, nostalgia, he wants to run again, but justice is sitting on him. And yeah, the devil's going to come in here. Fortune's changing, wants to rule the world again. Here's a yes card with the Ace of Pentacles, filing something tangible, looking for all his support, trying to move in on Biden. And there he is.
I have a question though. The district attorney in Manhattan, right? The one that's working with Letitia James.
The new one, Alvin Braggs.
The new guy.
Alvin Braggs, I think his name is. Thank you, Scooman.
So is that federal or is that state? Because if it's tax fraud, then that's federal, is it not? So what? So they're going after him for tax fraud, bank fraud, wire fraud, insurance fraud. So last I heard, they were going under little RICO, correct? If he is indicted in New York, would that be federal or state?
I think they can do both, state charges and federal charges.
So if they get him on federal charges and they indict him within the next 2 years, would he even be still, is there anything in the law that says felons can still run for presidency and hold high office?
Well, that's the thing right now, because one thing, Liz Cheney, thank you, Cold Toes. Liz Cheney did an interview, I think it was today, and she was talking about that they need to strengthen laws to prevent him from running again, because he proved himself on January 6th that he was doing a dereliction of duties. Thank you, Twyna. So let's ask, will they do something to strengthen the laws to prevent him from running again? Because I don't think it matters if you've committed a felony. I think you can still run. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. In tax fraud, he could end up in jail, or he could end up just fined out the wazoo. There is some laws, like somebody that commits sedition or treasonous acts can't run, but they need to strengthen it up and define what that is in more details, like leading a charge against our government. Sharon's saying, thank you, Joanne. Sharon's saying if a convicted felon can run.
I mean, because there's plenty of people, look at the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and the Lauren Boebert, who has a criminal record 2 miles long. She's in office.
Yeah, the only ones that can't run are if they're convicted of sedition or treason. So
basically, anybody else that's committed any sort of crime, felony, misdemeanor, or whatever, come on in. That's crazy. What'd you get, Johnie?
I get no. There is potential for it. There's talks about trying to strengthen some sort of rules or regulations. I get the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands. There is a lot of chatter backstage type of thing, to where, yes, you got a few senators here or a few representatives there talking about such a thing. It is hopeful, however, with the Three of Cups and the Star. However, you do need a plan to where everybody is celebrating the same thing, to where everybody is. So you need a majority, basically, and an overwhelming one. Then there's the Moon and the Page of Wands. So it doesn't meet success automatically with the Moon card. The Moon is unclear. It's murky details, things of that nature. Your meetings, your conversations back and forth don't quite meet the standard, or doesn't meet the majority. And so I don't think that they're going to pass any rules in time, but it is hopeful if you can get everybody on the same page. This takes work, though.
I get the same thing. They hope to, because of Trump getting away with all this crime and sneaky stuff, causing an imbalance, and this is his legacy. If they do, it's going to be a small change just to stop, a bully from coming in. But I get legally they're stuck because they can't get people to cooperate, get them on the same page here. So that's a no for me too.
I get a no. There's already something that's in law right now that stands that just needs to be enforced. So they won't add to. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you, Prairie.
So I don't know if that's what, the 14th Amendment or whatever, but I get a no.
I forgot to do announcements at the beginning. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I'll be live with Jody Roberts doing Sacred Sounds of Coffee. Johnie, you got anything this week?
Not a thing.
Unless you just happen to pop on.
I do. I said earlier to y'all that I was going to try to get some unusual food items and maybe do a live stream to where we taste those. I got a Captain Crunch pancake mix coming. Thank you, Mary. Happy New Year to you too. And I got Reese's peanut butter cups with potato chips inside. And so we'll make the pancakes on the stream and we'll try both of those. And then my nieces, who are a bit of some masochists too, they like to see torture and pain. So they're going to try to find some things and send them to me, and we'll see what happens with all of those things. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of the pepper incidents, but we'll see.
Put some suffering on their uncle.
We've been trading pictures back and forth of all these odd things that we've been finding. Like I showed y'all the popcorn, the Smart Food popcorn, the white cheddar kind. This got Captain Crunch berries inside of it. No, I'm not doing that.
I'll have a recap of Johnny's Monte Cristo incident.
Oh God! I know how to cook pancakes though. That one I got that one down.
You and Aunt Jemima.
Well, we'll see. They're actually the same company as the one that makes the Captain Crunch. So we'll be in the kitchen.
You got anything coming up this week, Becca?
I'm gonna try to go live and do the earthquake cake. Because I had people in and out of the house yesterday, and I was just like, I'm not doing this with people moving stuff. So I'll try to do it this week. Hopefully, knock on wood, that I can get to it. So, and I still got to do the Jim Jordan Grand Tableau. So that's about it.
I just want to thank all the readers again that joined us Friday night too. They were wonderful, and all of our moderators. for hanging with us. Some of you hung with us the whole 7 hours. Thank you so much. Made it quite easy and successful for us.
Very much so.
I saw in the chat, and again, I'm on StreamYard, so I don't see all the chats, but I thought I saw someone say that MTG got kicked off of Twitter.
Her personal account has been permanently banned.
She's been permanently banned?
Or permanently suspended is the way they word it.
But she still has her
office
account she can use. So let's ask, will she get banned on it too? Because they took the president out, they could take her out.
Like, I get why they have it, but I don't want Congress on Twitter. Like, I don't know. That's the way of the future, I know, but still.
Becca, somebody in chat is asking you to check your emails because they're requesting a reading from you. Becca, taking a break for a little bit from personal readings. My website's opened up for 2022, so you can book readings through JennLynTarot.com. You could also purchase gift cards there.
I want to say there is some. It says yes, but I don't think that's because whose office account has been permanently banned? She would have to set a precedent on that one. It takes Twitter and Facebook and all the people to be pushed against the wall with a knife and a gun and a tank and pepper spray and a barking dog. That's to make them move on anybody's account. But I do get the Magician and the Ace of Wands. Now, however, this is some sort of trick by her too. I think she's going to go on and off Twitter. She's going to have some sort of protest about we should boycott and I'm leaving. And then she leaves for like 9 hours and then she comes back because she wants to say something crazy. Because you get the Tower and the King of Pentacles. She does separate from it, but I think she comes back. Ace of Cups and 8 of Cups. She ain't got nowhere else to go. So unless she wants to go to Truth or Get Her or that other parlay, come on. So she's coming back, but I think she's going to do that thing to where she protests and jumps off, jumps on, jumps off, that type of thing.
Yeah, I guess she'll get away with it unless she does something that is about COVID for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. So if she does something anti-vax or misinformation, that will burden her. If she's bullying people about COVID for image sake, she would lose it. I get then. But it would be very specific to COVID's what I'm getting. But I get she's about to get in a SHTT farm of legal problems. Tower and Ace, Queen and King of Swords and anxiety. And like she's about to get in some major. But I get she's going to lay low, be a little bit quieter maybe. Hard for her to do. She'll do press conferences. She can say anything in a press conference.
Yeah, just don't bring a whistle because she'll start running. I'm being harassed.
That was the funniest press conference. Running after Matt Gaetz. Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile?
And all it took was a whistle to clear him out. Just one little whistle.
That moment alone, that was
loud noises
from 2022.
I saw in the chat someone I missed the name, but yes, the fundraiser is still open on the Feed America. You just have to go to Johnny's live stream from New Year's.
Lucky Girl put it in the chat too.
Oh, and Lucky Girl put it in the chat. Okay,
so you can't miss it. It's the 7-hour live stream.
But the fundraiser is still open, correct, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the button still works.
Mm-hmm. For MTG, I get a yes. She's going to be but it's closer to when the crap hits the fan with the House. The investigation, hard work, punishment, suffering, and then the House there. But I get that she does get sent away.
Well, let's ask this. Will any Republicans in Congress, whether the Senate or House, will any of them be pushed out or flee on their own before the midterms because of what comes out on the January 6th committee? Because they're going to start televising hearings like they did with Watergate. Will any of them leave before? Ooh, I don't know why. I just heard Jim Jordan. Well, I do know why. Seeing will be believing. Anxiety, stress, tension.
I get that there is like some very strong talks. I hate this card. I really do. It gives me a very visceral reaction. His face is what it gives me. Anyway, there's some very strong talks about staying the course, maybe sacrificing here with the hangman, because they don't want to lose too many seats, or they don't want you to look as though there's a problem here, something to see here, because there's the Democrats and the Three of Pentacles. I think the House, this is just take it with a grain of salt, I think the House is going to stay blue, and it may get bluer with the 10 of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Not like hundreds, but they may at least get 10 more seats type of thing. The Three of Swords and the Star, some of them are not going to seek re-election type thing. And that's where those strong talks are coming from. It's like, hey, we need you to seek re-election though, but there's a lot of them that I think just they're going to tap out.
I get a big fat yes. Some of the celebrities, there's a practical woman who's already got the plans on how to get them out. Those that collaborated together on the plans around January 6th. Surprise! You're going bye-bye. All you little devils get in that boat. You're going away. You're out of here. They lose, and they end up with court things. Their life changes. Oh, it's dark night of the soul for them. I'm not getting a number, but I'm getting a yes. What you getting, Becca?
I get a yes. I got Crossroads and Heart. That's a yes. Crossroads is also the card of choices. So, like Johnie said, perhaps they won't come out and be like, I'm resigning, but maybe it's more like, I'm not going to seek re-election. Crossroads is card number 22. Anything that is a double or 2 + 2, because I asked how many and I got 4. So I don't know if it's somewhere between 2 and 4, maybe. I'm just speculating here.
Or maybe 4 for 22.
Yeah.
That are just 22.
Yeah, that are just like, well, we already know Adam Kinzinger's not, well, he's in the committee. He's not running because the people in his district are pissed off that he's even on the committee, because they don't want to see the truth, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how people can look at Gozar and Louis Gohmert over there and be like, those are my guys.
That's who I want to vote for again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they start televising these hearings, because like I remember the Watergate hearings, like people really watching them a lot. When they start televising them, will it start to change minds of any constituents that are Republicans, but maybe not quite wanting to support Trump anymore? Will it change their minds, enlighten them?
Mm. Fighting in Page of Pentacles fell out. Might be some different votes happening.
Yeah, Kinzinger isn't running because of redistricting. He's here in Illinois, and he got redistricted, if that's a word. I can't talk since Friday night. 7 hours just blew my mind. Which means January 3rd of next year, when they swear in the new people, he won't be there on the committee anymore.
I think it will. It's a very slow build. I think especially the longer these hearings go on, the worse people are going to look. I get the Chariot and the Judgment. There's going to be a lot of judgment, especially, like I said, the longer it goes on. When the pieces are starting to be put together, then, I mean, you can ignore anything, but this one looks bad. So this is a whole different thing. And then there is a lot of mind changing with the Page of Cups, emotional reactions, and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. But like I say, with the media here, the longer it goes on, the worse off it gets.
What you getting, Becca?
Hell yeah. I got the Tower, the letter, the key. That's a big old yes. Official notice, mail, records, documents, subpoenas, anything that's documented, emails, anything, voicemails, transcripts, all of it. And then there's your answers. They've unlocked the answers to the results here and all of the documentation that was official from government. Also with institutions. So if there were private institutions that may have played a role that they, I don't know, used for whatever reason, like encrypted services, or the people that were starting the people that did the permits for the rallies, because this could be like a permit. If there was an institution or some sort of corporation or an LLC behind it, the answers come out, and it's.
I get in abundance on the bottom here, walking away when all the legal proceedings start. It's like showing the whole network around the insurrection, and these people start getting a feeling of nostalgia for the good old days when people worked together. They feel burdened by this. They start kind of like tempering themselves a little bit here, and the inside man and all the lies and the truth coming out. Thank you, Mara. There's support for the truth, for a change. So they're going to watch who they vote for, and a big fat yes card.
I just can't wait to see how McCarthy and all of the people that played a role in it in Congress and in the Senate are going to try to downplay and spin that when they come with receipts. When they're waving receipts, how are you going to spin that?
Your phone records and your emails.
Ooh. It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. It's a like that's all you got, man. That's all you got.
Mm-hmm.
When are they supposed to start the hearings, Jenny? The televised.
I don't know, but they were kind of talking as if they might be starting them pretty soon. So maybe in January. I mean, they went on for months during Watergate, and I was young during Watergate, but I remember it was always on. I remember the Iran-Contra hearings more than I do the Watergate, just because I was older. I was in my 20s. But let's see if we can get a timing on it. They haven't announced a firm date. Let's see if we can get a timing on when are they going to start hearings, public hearings. Jenny was so direct that Trump is unfit to serve. She wouldn't go so far to name laws he broke. She said, we'll certainly be looking into that. But she said it definitely shows he is unfit to serve. The fact that he sat there at his dining room table and did nothing to stop these people. Thank you, Ewat. What you getting, Johnny?
1 to 2 weeks.
What you getting, Becca?
First card I got is the whip, which is on the 11th or in 11 days or the month of November. Clearly, it's not going to be November.
Yeah, it's not going to be that long.
11 days or on the 11th. And then I got fish. This doesn't really have a number of days. This is more to do with the moon cycles. So closest or closer to a full moon when fishing is abundant. So I don't have a moon calendar. I guess I have one on my phone. Let me see. For entertainment purposes only, because timing is tough. But
timing is hard.
Let me see. Go ahead, Jenny. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at
I'm getting it soon on the bottom here, like 1 week, maybe 1 week out, because like they're completing wrapping things up now. And then they're going to start focusing on the money in public hearings. They've secured a lot of information already and justice sitting here. So and these are going to go on for a while. So it's not going to be like we're going to watch a few hearings and then it's gone. No, we're going to be watching them for months.
So according to my little moon app here, we are currently today under a new moon. The next full moon is on the 16th, 17th. And then it starts waning. So, and the moon is currently in Capricorn. Let me see, calendar. So the full moon, it doesn't tell me the sign. Oh, the full moon on the 16th is in Cancer. The full moon on the 11th, or the moon on the 11th is in Taurus. And Johnny, you said 2 weeks. So 2 weeks would be about the 16th.
That's right too, Louise. I think they should wait until Mercury goes direct because Mercury retrograde is coming up very soon, I think.
Oh, is it?
I think
so.
I think so.
I hate Mercury retrograde. that little schmuck gets me all the time, right at the very end. At the very, I'm like, yay, I got away from it. And then boom, 2 days before it goes direct, something breaks. I'm like, dang it. You couldn't let me be.
So I don't know if we did this Friday night. It's kind of a blur, all the questions we did in 7 hours. Can we look at Trump's January, how it's going to go for him? We start televising these meetings.
So in the beginning, I get the 6 of Swords with the 3 of Wands. He is trying to crawl out of the dirt into something, but It's almost like out of the pot into the frying pan type of thing, though, to where the Six of Swords, he's coming through a very rough transition. I don't know why or what. This feels a little more spiritually speaking than not. It's almost like he's coming out of his own little like Pluto return type thing, one of those horrible return type things, or Saturn return. I don't know. I don't know astrology. Don't judge me. But it's one of those horrible returns type of things. So it's like he's coming out of something bad, but the Three of Wands means that he is going into something worse type of thing. Because I get the Judgment, the Temperance, and the Eight of Swords, or something he cannot escape because of it's. I will hate to use the K word, but I'm going to. It's almost karmic, to where it feels like this is what's supposed to be happening. There's some sort of lesson he was supposed to learn that he did not, and that is coming to kick him in the pants. However, as we have seen for 5 years of dealing with him, his karma seems very slow. So I don't put much stock into it, but however, that's what's here. So I just read what's here. There's also going to be a lot of justice card here. There's going to be a lot of legal looking into money for business, money for overseas here with the world card. There is maybe possibly the Scotland thing, but this feels more like a Russian influence. And then there's the Ten of Cups. He is also beholden to someone. There's some sort of debt here that is going to be called into question, or some sort of I feel it's a debt, though. There's like a debt in a company, or a debt in a, it's not a company because it's not the Pentacles, it's the Cups. It's like oligarch, or there's a group of people that he owes money to. They're not in corporate, they're just a group of people. That's what I get.
Thank you, Linda. What you getting, Becca?
I pulled a box spread. I didn't fish him out of the cards, but surprisingly, what landed central to the box spread is woman. So not him. So there's a very important woman that's going to be playing a key role for him this month. His delay tactics, because it's Rider, Mountain, and Clouds. There's something that he's been trying to delay. Like news, he's trying to stop it, block it from coming out, to create chaos or to prevent the chaos. Because across that is this. It's he's hoping that this will be effective. So the confusion, the chaos, the trouble, the indecision, the hesitation, the doubt, he's very hopeful that it'll be effective. However, it is not. Whatever he's trying to delay moves forward very successfully. And very satisfactorily. There's a woman smack in the middle of his box spread that she's going to be very triumphant. It's sun, woman, and stars. So she's good luck. And it has to do with there's something here in regards to his business success, but it's very widespread. It's like a web. With his business, news of the funding, news of the business, news of transactions that were going on back and forth, but it's widespread. It's like a web almost. So I don't know if this is Letitia James and the lawsuit he's got with her, or something.
Because she still wants to depose him too.
Yeah, isn't he supposed to be going to be deposed? I don't get birds
on January 7th, the day after his big media thing.
Because here, if he's supposed to be visiting, there's a delay or a postponement, and then there's problems here, trouble. So, but he doesn't show up in this spread. So I'm wondering if he just, I don't know how you would get out of a deposition, because that column says that a visitor is delayed or the news is delayed, but then across it says that it's successful. So maybe he tries to postpone it and reschedule maybe for later.
Maybe it's a weather.
Oh, there's bad weather in New York. I can't possibly travel from Florida to New York. I can't get a flight, because this would be summer and this is a while. But it still moves forward with or without him. And that woman is the one that gets the win, not him. So I don't
Interesting.
know.
I get there's an abundance of things that come up that he is just not happy about. He will do a lot of things to get attention and try to be strong, look at me, but he's also got the attention of the investigators and justice coming in the near future here. And that tells me like 2 to 6 weeks. So he's going to be very emotional. I think structurally, somebody is going to throw him under the bus and burden him. So somebody's going to give up some information to an investigator that's asking questions, somebody legal. And I think America is going to see it. So it may be in one of those hearings. America's going to see it and truth's coming out about the liar. So very, very emotional.
Can we ask him?
He might try to act confused, but yeah, let's ask if he'll do the deposition on January 7th. And sorry, guys, if it's noisy. My heat's kicking on a lot because we're going to like -3 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. It's cold here. We got more snow yesterday.
You're muted.
There we go. I was lighting stuff on fire. There is a lie here in the beginning, but I still get that Letitia James or some woman here or the legal system, they are still successful with the woman, 6 of Cups and the Sun. Something she's wanted to do for a while. She does have success in doing it. I don't get any delay though. But there is a lie, so he's going to say something, bone spurs or something. I don't know, but it ain't going to work.
The first card I pulled was the Fox, which would be a no. But then I pulled 2 more to kind of get a picture. But those 2 are saying yes. So he might try to weasel out of it some way, shape, or form, because then I got these 2. So it's Fox, Moon, and Sun. So it's like he gets recognized as a little weasel, But it's saying yes. So maybe he tries to weasel out and it doesn't work, But then he gets recognized for trying to weasel out.
Yeah, because I get he tries to bully and show strength, but she's looking at all the details in the whole network of the company and the family money. He's trapped. He's stuck. His fortune's changing. Time's up. She's going to temper the devil. She's, if she's got to handcuff him to take him in, he's lost on this one. She holds the power.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny too. Didn't he just sue her? Isn't he personally suing her?
Suing her and
saying that her trying to depose him is political because she was running for governor, but she has withdrawn so that she could depose him.
Maybe that's the delay strategy. Then it was the trying to sue her to delay his deposition.
But him suing her doesn't affect her,
whether he has to go in or not.
Yeah.
See, that's true too, Impish. If you can't come in, let's do it via Zoom.
Yep.
There's too many ways that you can answer my questions.
Yep.
Okay.
I wish that one was televised because I'd love to hear. I don't recall. I don't recall.
Or him doing one of these while somebody off camera is telling him the answers.
Switching gears for a second for our UK and European audience, I got a UK question. There's a UK anti-vax group called the Alpha Male that are doing combat training and using social media to communicate. Is there any connection between them and the Peanut Butter Boys and Oath Creepers here?
What is their name again?
The Alpha Males. Do they have links? The Peanut Butter Boys and Oath Creepers?
I can't.
Alpha males, like, yep. You name your group that, you know what they're all about. Going to throw in some alpha female energy here this year. What's that guy's name that tries to teach people how to be an alpha male? He just got raked over the coals on Twitter because he got caught doing gay porn.
I get it now. I get that they're separated. This is two different groups of men here that are.
They're just kind of replicating their own thing.
Emotional marketing, that sort of a thing. No, I get that they're two separate things.
Nine of Swords, Five of Wands, first two cards. So that's no, they're not part of the same group. They're not part of the Goofy Boys. Now, I think they are part of maybe something else. I do get the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Cups. There is a network of these people. There's they're offshoot of something else type of thing. And it may all have something to do with COVID, not like necessarily let's take the Capitol back or let's go, push over Big Ben or some kind. It's more along the lines to do with vaccines and COVID and things of that nature. So it's a group of them type of thing and not necessarily little vigilantes. They're just COVID based, I think.
So they're the plague enthusiasts?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, they're just anxious little bullies. They're like what's going on here in America, like they're happy to do what America's doing, trying to burden the law, Margie. Chaos. Could be COVID related with the anti-vaccine. Trying to create a movement, what they're doing. It's interesting. I get they're kind of secure right now, but they're not related to U.S. They're just similar. They're not infiltrated with the U.S. What will be the biggest news story in 2022?
Oh, dear God.
In the U.S., I'll narrow it down. In the U.S., what will be the biggest news story? Plague rats, Marie.
And off topic, on topic. I want every, like we discussed yesterday or whatever day New Year's was. I want every station out there to do tributes to Betty White and not cover Donald Trump's speech. That's what
Absolutely.
They should do.
I watch St. Olaf stories all day before I watch Trump.
It may be an ongoing thing with the Four of Swords, Eight of Swords. Like it's off and on, or in and out type of thing. It's not all year, however, but right here at the chunk of the 2 last winter months into the spring, like March and end of March, there is a lot of this may have something to do with Maxwell, because I get someone that is in jail but is talking, and it may not be her, but they're talking about romance and that type of thing. Try not to be too graphic for YouTube. It's a bunch of it's a bunch of that type of stuff, and there's names being named, and there's people involved that are going to be household names possibly, and so there's some people caught up in that, and someone does get arrested, so it's going to be a big deal unless they have their own thing and it's separate and apart from Maxwell. But I do get it has something to do with a debauched lifestyle.
Interesting. Because I get the legacy card or money card. It's like something about big gifts of money that gets highlighted, and I'm getting something about pretty women and the devil myself, something that's already come to light in the past. So I'm kind of getting a Ghislaine kind of thing too, and might involve who, the Fool. Powerful leaders, powerful men, and the Fool.
And they're doing a lot of stories on how much time he spent on his plane.
Huh, what you getting, Becca? Thank you, Sue.
I pulled a double line of 5. I think the biggest news, the first row is Moon, Mountain, Coffin, Writer, House. People's honors that have been absolutely ruined. And the news is from people quite possibly in the house. Okay. And then the bottom row is Tower, Heart, Crossroads, Dog, Scythe. They're the ambitions of the loyalist in regards to the elections, and this is not typically a person, but because he's got Writer over it, visiting a friend, that little friend gets cut off or has an accident. Oops. So, and by little friend, I'm thinking like perhaps because it sits so close to house, members of the house, but it's almost like because he falls on the same line as Tower, I'm thinking like Flyhead, Mr. Flyhead. And do you see where I'm going with this? I don't want to say it because I don't want the channel
how they tried to do him in.
Yeah. And also, it's like there's more than one government operating at this thing because it's Tower, Crossroads, and then Scythe. So it's like, because Crossroads is doubles, 2 of something.
So like there's a shadow government working.
There's 2 governments that were making decisions, or more than one institution was making decisions, and they were rash and dangerous that could lead to accidents. And then the person here, this person gets cut off. If it would have been this way, it would have been this person is in danger, but it's like this way. So, and then it's the top row is showing people's reputations and careers just being absolutely ruined. So I think it could be the names of the people and people that we don't even know that were in certain areas of government as well, because it's showing more than one functional area in government when that comes out. So
thank you, Lenny, Marie, and Catherine. So can we take it month by month for the first 6 months, like January, February, March? Look at each month for the first 6 months of 2022. What kinds of things are going to be breaking in the news? Start with February, and then next week, Becca, if you wanted to, you could pick up the second 6 months. We'll be
so
on
what are we doing right now? What's the question?
So look at the first 6 months one at a time, like January, then February, then March.
First 6 months for what?
For news in the U.S., like what's breaking each month. So what's big in January? Let's see if we can kind of pinpoint some of the stories, how it's going to break open.
We do them one at a time, or we do them all?
Yeah, I'm going to do them one at a time. So January 1st. Keep getting the judgment card on the bottom.
I get something about someone is there's somebody with ships, and these ships get stopped like in the water. There's some information coming out about ships or a person with ships, like a mercenary or smuggler or something of that nature. Someone is getting caught with contraband or something on a ship. That's the news I get for January.
I get something big in the Justice Department breaking open about Trump, major illumination on it. Victory, something big coming out, whether it's through the committee or whatever. Manipulations with the votes, and he's trapped. What you getting for January, Becca?
Oh, I did the first 6 months. I thought that's what we were doing. The first 6 months.
Oh, you got the whole 6 months?
I pulled a double line of 7, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you want to wait till Johnie and I do February, March, April?
Yeah,
Hang on, and then you can wrap it up for the whole 6 months. So February, Johnie, what's breaking? I get we move into the details of why there was no security on January 6th. Abandoned security. Who planned that comes out. There's
a man and a woman with a lot of money. This is a good story, though, but there's a lot of money and it's being invested or it's being given away or something of that nature. But there's a lot of victory and good times rolling type of thing. So this is a positive thing here, but it's a man and a woman. They're not necessarily, well, they may be a couple, but they're not married for whatever reason that comes to me. But that's what I get there. Charity.
March. Big story in the U.S. in March. My guys just keep showing me stuff about Trump.
I think there are going to be some economic sanctions upon a foreign leader. Don't know exactly which foreign leader, because I know both Xi and Putin are both running amok in the world. But this goes through our Congress very quickly. But yeah, there are some economic sanctions limiting their activity on a widespread basis. So that's what I get.
Yeah, I can see that in my cards too, but I think they're talking about Trump again because I got him on the bottom. So, but I've got working together, like who worked together with the bully. Communications coming out that between the partners and the actions that were taken from those communications. So I think more is going to come out on the planning stages of this. That's what it looks like. But I could see in that what you were saying too. It was funny. Like could take an action against somebody that's bullying.
So we got now April. Let's see. Well, that is true. Bezos' wife she's giving away a lot of money too. I get there is a story about there might be some immigration problems. Like there might be like either incidents at the border to where people who are volunteers are down there maybe causing a ruckus, or it's something to do with immigration. Or I could say foreigners instead of just immigration, because it could be, just about anybody, Asian, Middle Eastern, whatever the case may be. But there's some sort of problem with immigration, like an incident type thing.
Now I'm getting stuff on Russia in April. The fighting and power struggle there, trying to get to higher ground over them. And I get victory on it, wearing the oligarchs and the leader down. And then they're like trying to figure out what to do next. They're throwing them off balance. So let's look at May.
Oh, wait a minute. Good Lord.
It's a Trumpian year. It's like we can't get rid of them. I keep getting the fool on the bottom.
Yeah.
May.
There's a new something. It's new right now. Whatever it is, it's new right now. It is having a stock market problem in May. I get the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. There's a lot of interest in it right now, whatever it is. So it's almost, just for example, I'm not saying it's this, but say it's Trump's media thing, which has a lot of interest because it's fairly new. And then towards May, it hits a really rough snag. But I'm not saying it's that, but whatever it is, it causes some concern. But it's not dead, because I do get the Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. It still has some slow growth that is going to do, kind of climbing back out of the crashing numbers. But it's not the stock market as a whole, but it's a company or a thing or whatever people are excited about right now takes a dive come May. I only pulled 5 cards, so there you go.
I get the bully and is destitute. You know, he's been lying about his money, and stuff's going to come out on his finances. And he's delayed from getting to his money. He's like, can't move on it. More about his investigations around the money coming out. Okay, June, last month, and then we'll let Becca go and wrap us up.
June.
It's Trump's birthday in June. What's going on in the news?
There's a woman in public housing, so jail. That and it just comes up as public housing here. But there's a woman in jail who may be having some sort of like a little string of good luck, maybe, to where her sentence may be lessened. I don't think it's Ghislaine Maxwell, though. But there's some other woman in jail here.
I was going to say, I'm getting a Ghislaine.
I mean, could be. But there's a woman here. Her sentence is being shortened by that time.
I get a woman that has addiction issues and corruption, and I get like in jail here, and then I get the trafficking stuff, that there's like a new action taken, and might suspend like some time off of her sentence. So she might be giving up some people or something. So Becca, what are you getting?
I pulled a double line of 7. The top line is heart, child, house, key, clover, bear, and coffin. So a very passionate small family who has had access to financial opportunities are ruined. Ruined. Done. Dead. Kaput. Also, house has to do with property. So perhaps properties being shut down because it's bear and coffin. That's like bankruptcy, financial closure, like closed, done, ended. The line below that is garden woman, fish, tower, whip, crossroads, and cross. There's a very social woman that seeks popularity, who is a businesswoman as well. She's going to have several serious issues with the law, and it's going to be very painful and burdensome for her. There is a charitable organization with heart and garden. So perhaps this is the Trump. Maybe this is Ivanka because she's got child over her head, a younger woman, a mother as well, a woman that could be thinking about her children. And then it's child woman. I just covered that. House and fish, family business. Next to that, key and tower, answering or having access to government. And then there's serious debate with clover and whip. Several avenues of financing, and then very, 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 very painful endings. A desire for business in several areas of opportunities. The family has campaigned or parties that they have had, perhaps on properties, and those are bad. Let me see here. There was something else. Business opportunities, a lot of family fighting, but central to the read is key and tower. Something very important within that structure. So it could be the courts, it could be an institution. So like Trump.org, or because this is also here. So the family network of businesses, family businesses that were incorporated. And then as that line moves along, you start to see financial ruin and a lot of pain and suffering for the family business and the network in that family business that has to do with perhaps very important corporations or institutions. Lawsuits, just this is no bueno. So I don't know if this is talking about the Trumps, Ivanka Trump, Melania Trump. The first two, I see two young people and a man. So the heart is the Jack of Hearts. The child is the Jack of Spades. House is King of Hearts. So that could be three people. So perhaps Trump and the two idiot Beavis and Butthead right there. And then underneath that, there's woman. Next to her is King of Diamonds. So that could be, usually it would show up as a man, meaning that they're partners. It could also be Jared Kushner. He's a businessman, lots of money. And then Jack of Clubs with the whip and Queen of Diamonds with the crossroads. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people here. And just financial ruin, very difficult, painful endings within the next 6 months for whoever this family and this person is. There's more, but I just want to keep it short. So
no, you can take more time if you want.
A desire for money and abundance, but opportunity is very like it's not good, not good. And the family network, and then there's this with this sitting right in the middle. So fish is abundance, prosperity, shopping, transactions, the court and institutions, and then fighting and debating. But this shows a pattern. Anything that has a pattern and is chronic. So I'm thinking RICO or something like that for the family business and the institutions, because it's part of this generous network for the family business. Do you see what I'm saying? So if this is in regards to Trump.org, it's the whole network of the family business. And then from there down that line, it shows financial ruin. So we'll see. But it shows one person, one woman that has multiple avenues to finances. But that's not easy for her either with this.
So if they do RICO on Trump.org.
Well, isn't New York talking about little RICO?
Yeah.
Because this is here. This is small and new. But I don't think it's just Trump, because this sits over the woman as well. And the cards that are around her.
And the kids.
It shows it. It shows
If there's a conspiracy, like of the whole family with
I
Rico
don't think
or even
conspiracy.
little Rico, they could potentially lock them all up, right?
Yeah, I guess, or shut them all down. This shows the properties and the sources of finance get shut down, because it ends in this. It's bear and then coffin. And what comes before it is the house, the key, the clover, bear, and coffin. The house is family, but it's also real estate and property. So maybe they're shutting down the family by shutting down the properties or anything. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's a family business. It's house and fish, and then the entire network with garden.
But they could get apartments with slumlord Jared.
Well, if he's showing up as fish here, which, like I said, usually when it's a partner, it will show up as a man. But this is King of Diamonds, and he sits below the King of Hearts. This would be like a family business or real estate, which Trump and Kushner have the same thing in common. They both do real estate. Even if that's him, that's not good, because the way the line goes, it's followed by tower and then whip and then crossroads. So several legal arguments, not just one or two, like an abundance of legal issues in regards to property and family business. And then there's pain and suffering at the end. So good luck with that. So, and then the network gets shut down with garden and coffin. So there's new financial institutions here, but they're little. It doesn't bring abundance, with child knighting to tower and then net knights to bear. So
they're like little LLCs and stuff where they've siphoned some money off.
Because it shows avenues, several avenues to finances, but they're little. They're very small, but those also shut down. So it's like, I'm wondering if they're going to just catch a wide net, because this has to do with abundance and prosperity. Whereas the stars is more something that is widespread. So I'm wondering if the little RICO is going to be sufficient enough to capture everything in its net and just done, because this shows the end of the line, shows painful ruin. So
thank you, Catherine.
And there's no longer access. The only access that they have is to the courts. So it's like, you got to answer to the courts,
If they are millions off on their taxes and fraud that they committed, they could take over their properties.
Funding, public money, abuse, and guilt and pain. So that this would be like your taxes. And then there's tower knights over to bear, a financial institution. So that could be like the IRS. That has crossroads underneath, banks as well. Not just the IRS, but also banks and any other financial institution where you have to make payments to. Let me see. Abusing properties. Here, the network, property, abuse. So abusing public funds via properties. The entire family has been doing it. Let me see what else.
Mind you, one of those Trump towers is still under which one of them banks, Mazars or Deutsche Bank, one of those banks still has a loan out for that tower.
These two would be like condos and townhomes, hotels, because you have a house, a residency, somewhere where you live or stay. That's with many rooms and levels. I mean, it's like, I'd hate to be these mofos this year, because it doesn't look like it comes quick. It's just a buildup, and then it ends with this. So I don't know if they're going to have to file for bankruptcy or if all the stuff is going to get ceased.
So let's ask, will they seize any Trump properties this year?
Because if I follow Tower, it goes Tower, Whip, Crossroads, and then Cross. So the decision is, the choice is very difficult and very painful. So it looks like the choice is taken away. But please put that crap on TV so we can all see Trump properties. Oh, Lord, please.
A sheriff's auction on all those properties.
I mean, good luck retrieving any of the funds. Nobody wants to touch that crap with his name all over it. And it's not like his supporters can afford it. You know, you're living in a double wide trailer. You think you're going to afford a golden toilet? Come on now. You know?
So I get yes, but I'll believe it when I see it. How about that?
Johnie, me too.
I get documents here with the Page of Pentacles. This has something to do with money. Now, when I surround the card, I get the Ten of Pentacles. There's your banks. And then I get the King of Pentacles. This is real estate. Well, this is more like land than it is a building. But when you get all this together, yes, there is some seizing with the Knight of Swords of records, land, property. Now, mind you, I think some of this may be done by the institution. Maybe there's a default type of thing. Now, mind you, I've always said I don't think he's flat broke, but because, I mean, he still has to live. So he has a plane. You can't be completely broke and have a plane. But you can be broke to the point to where you can't pay for all the stuff that you have scattered around the world. And so with the Hermit, there is some decisions to be made. There's some information that needs to be sifted through. It's almost like, okay, if they want 30 million here and 20 million there, maybe we can let that one go and keep this one or something of that nature. But yeah, welcome to regular life, numbnuts. That's what happens.
Have fun with those food stamps. I had to live on them.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up.
What'd
And
you
it's
get,
funny
Rebecca?
too because I didn't pull because I did that double line of 7. But the garden and house, that's the family network. It could be a house on a very large property with a big ginormous yard. So perhaps golf courses or somewhere where it's a large outdoor space where you can have parties. So maybe like a Mar-a-Lago or other golf courses that he has in New Jersey or whatever. And then it was Clover and Whip, somewhere where you go to have fun and do something physical. So like golfing, hitting something with the whip is broom and whip. So hitting something with like a stick, you know, so perhaps a golf course or several golf courses, you know. So
yeah, I get he's not going to like what goes on here because he's going to get bullied. Big changes, sudden, like bam, and taking possession. He loses. The family gets very emotional, tries to figure out what they can hang on to, but they have to walk away from it because I get the court secures everything. The kids will even have to move.
Just please, whenever
destitution.
If they seize Mar-a-Lago, can they please televise it so we see him and Ivanka Trump being kicked out? Him and Melania, if she's even there.
Yeah, Ivanka and Jared bought a house
in Star Island in Miami, on Miami Beach, and they showed aerial photos of that house, and it was completely destitute. Like there's major renovation that needs to be done. Like the swimming pool was green and just falling apart. And but that was months ago when I saw that article, like way last year. So
well, so that looks like that's Letitia James. Let's look at the new AG Alvin Bragg. Is he gonna indict Trump also?
Pressure.
He took Cy Vance's place.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. I don't get yes or no. Let me ask yes or no.
I get fines. I get monetary fines, like legal fines.
Well, then hell, let me start committing all the fraud that he committed.
And people in the network, like legal fines. I get it. There's an ending, like at the time that he's doing this, there's an ending to the properties again. But he's looking into all the money, the whole family money, and the boss at the top, and all their partnerships, whoever partnered with them.
I get a yes, but I'll believe it when I see it.
I get the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords. There is information that is I guess it's sealed because it's pulled back from public view. So there's the Eight of Cups and the Fool, though. There is some sort of abandonment of one thing.
It's like Cy Vance may have left some sealed indictments for him to move in on.
Something he's got to unlock, because the Ace of Swords is your clarity, your truth, but it's being pulled back with the Four of Swords. So it's either sealed or hidden or something. There's the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. I clarified with the Ace of Cups. It's a person that the testimony has to be compelled. So you have to subpoena or force with the Five of Swords. So there's this is still ballooning into something. It ends in the Six of Pentacles, which is there is some sort of fine or some sort of something that you have to pay or pay out or something of that nature. However, I think that's like step one. There might be something else going on here too, or this could be just a complete build from the foundation to where SDNY does something and the NYAG does something else. But there is some sort of I won't call it justice because I think people are looking for something else, a little more blood in the water, but there is something coming his way that is not pleasant. I'll say it that way.
I get a yes. I get the stars, the fish, and the mice. So something that is very broad and widespread, perhaps is getting shrunk and shrunk and shrunk and shrunk and shrunk, but it is very powerful. It's like yes, but like I said, I'll believe it when I see it.
Because I think whatever SDNY has that they could move on proves something. Because everybody's why isn't Trump in jail? They have all these cases, they have all this evidence, you need proof. However, evidence is cute, but you do need proof for a lot of things. And you have to take that and at the same time build the case you're sure you're going to win. Especially in this one, because you may only get one shot with this double jeopardy thing. You may only get one shot at him. So make sure it's the one you want to take.
Make sure it sticks.
But we'll see.
So
but I mean, hey, if they don't get him on this, there's still 800,000 other things he's being investigated. So we got to get lucky one time, right?
I mean, when he committed fraud with Trump University, he just paid $25 million back. Like, why wasn't there jail time sentenced on him? That was
because you proved it was a fraud.
When when they had to shut down his charity because he was stealing money from cancer kids.
$3 million. Then
So-
it's like, you know. Yeah.
I mean, but there's a difference. When you start stealing from the IRS, I mean, come on. They threw, what was his name, Willie Nelson in jail for not paying his taxes. You gonna
Al Capone killed half the world, and that's what he went down for, was taxes.
So,
will Trump be in so much trouble by the end of 2022 that he'll shut up?
I want an oracle card.
I don't know if it's even possible for him to shut up. Like,
I'm feeling
his
compelled.
lawyers try to shut him up, and he still can't. Like the video clips of him doing depositions in the past, he can't shut up.
I get a big old fat yes. I'm just going to stop there. He's going to go hide in his tanning bed. How about that? Okay.
I get no because of the rallies. There's tenacity, endurance. He keeps going because of all the people that are cheering and loving and blah, blah, blah. As long as somebody will listen to him, he'll keep talking.
But Johnie, remember that one guy, what was his name? That he just did the most recent rally with, where he got booed and the guy had to go like, oh, poor baby, they weren't booing at you, when he told him to get the COVID vaccine and he got booed at.
No.
Bill O'Reilly, was that his name?
That's his name.
They don't like you, Frankie. They don't like you.
I get a yes too, but I get like he's isolated from all the surprises, and he's like laying low from talking. Like he's trying to be quiet from all the changes going on in his life. And then I get, for image purposes, that he tries to act like he's sick to the courts. Some secrets about gifts of money that he's taken is going to really put him under. He's gonna try to act like he's all burdened, to the courts. But I end with a big yes. He'll finally get the message. Shut up.
We always get the question, will Trump and family flee the country? We always get no. It's like we ask every single week. We always get no.
I think if he was going to flee, then you'd probably do it now and just not come back.
You think about it, that nobody wants him. He doesn't
Where are
have
you
the
gonna
money
go?
he has. He's not the president anymore. He's got no power. He's got no money. He's got a nasty family. Who would want him?
I mean, at the most, he could go to North Korea.
Yeah.
But they probably don't have enough food to feed him, so I guess not.
They don't have enough McDonald's and Burger King for him. He would never survive that. Oh.
Good Lord.
So Twitter silenced MTG. Will Congress silence her? Will they, because she's talking about divorcing the nation. Will they put a censure on her?
Page of Cups, Four Swords, King of Swords. There is some sort of rule, maybe, that is going to be enacted. But it does have something to do with over-emotional people with the Page of Cups. And so there's some sort of rule or regulation or something that she can't do, but I mean, she ain't going to be silent because, unless you walk up to her and bumping the lips to where they swell up the size of her face or something, she's going to keep yapping because she is one of those people who realizes where she works, but doesn't realize where she works. So she realizes that she can go in and act a fool and say, stop me. I want to see you try. Meanwhile, this is very unbecoming of a person who claims to be a congressperson. So she's not fit for the job, but at the same time, who's going to actually walk up to her and tell her to shut up? Nobody. But the most they can do is try to keep taking her money, which they got 80,000 from her so far. So
is that how much money she's paid in fines?
$80,000 and 30,000 to the other guy. We did the reading, but yesterday he refuses to wear a mask. She refuses to wear a mask. They together have got like $110,000 worth of fines. He's not paying his because he has increased his federal withholdings to 11,000 something, to where he only gets paid $1. So they can't take the fine from him. And then she's apparently worth $50 million. So she doesn't care either.
Here, let me ask this, because I want to be petty. But for someone that runs her mouth 24/7 about how much we should love our veterans because we're patriots, you can't donate that $80,000 in fines towards some veteran organization to get them off the streets?
Mm-hmm.
Just asking. I mean, shit, if you got $80,000 to just burn, I'll gladly take some of it off your hands.
Wear your mask and give the money to somebody that needs it.
Or even go give it to the ones, there's 210 Marines that just got kicked out because they don't want to take the shot. Give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
And say you're supporting freedom and blah, 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 that type of thing.
I do get like an investigation or taking an action on her, and my Pelosi car, shutting down the bully, getting her quiet. So I think yes. And then I see coming up later, like she's going to have a whole bunch of legal problems crashing on her. Something about money or votes.
I got a yes. They're more than happy to do it.
Kevin McCarthy might not be, but Nancy is.
Kevin McCarthy is too busy trying to figure out how he's going to save his own butt and remain minority speaker, because there's a huge mutiny inside his own party of trying to kick him out as speaker, against the quacking honors, and then the other folks that thinks he's driven the party into the ground. But,
and then Trump's trying to take out McConnell.
Yeah, have fun.
They're eating each other.
I know, I love it, Johnny. I love it. It's like those little beta fish when you put more than one in a bowl and they just start beating each other up. Like that.
Thank you, Miss Lady.
It's like celebrity death match.
Beta fishes fighting it out.
The fool eats the turtle eats the mice eats the rat.
Yeah, McCarthy, I don't see McCarthy losing his seat. That district is like so backwards, it's not even funny.
That was happening in his administration. Now I hearken back upon Reince Priebus, and then in comes Scaramucci, who fires Reince, and then somebody comes in and fires Scaramucci, and then somebody. It's like they were just Pac-Man, just eating each other until they got to the little pellets, and then they ate everybody. Like,
hungry hippos, Pac-Man.
If they would just stop and think about it, if they quit eating each other and just eat the one that caused it all, Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, have you seen the new commercial that has Medusa on it?
No.
I'm trying to remember what it was for so we can look for it on YouTube. There's a new commercial. If y'all seen it, I saw it the other night. Medusa got her curly hair, and then she slicks it back at one point, slicks the snakes back, and wears shades so that her eyes don't turn people to stone. I think it was, what? It's for Amazon. It was for Amazon Prime.
Is it for a movie or something?
No, it's a commercial for Prime.
Tres Leche says Amazon. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go look at it or go look for it on the YouTube.
She's sliding in there, and I'm like, yep, and there you are, Trump, turning everybody to stone.
But I am enjoying. I would be lying if I did not admit that I am enjoying watching the circular firing squad with all the loyalists just
Well, you're supposed to enjoy it. Karma doesn't let us see everything, but the thing it does let us see, you're supposed to sit back and say, yeah, it still works.
Gloating. I'm gloating. And I'm not ashamed.
Uh-huh. We can't see the mental anguish that Ghislaine is going through, but that would be nice to see. But that we're not privy to that one. But out here in Trump land, yeah, we get to see a little bit of them eating each other, and I'm okay with that. I really am.
I think it's going to be really funny when they start doing these national broadcasts of the hearings. Who's going to be the first person in Congress to flip? Let's ask that. Who's going to be the first one that's like, oh crap? We can get some details around who's going to be the first person in Congress that gets the bejesus scared out of them.
I got 4 of Pentacles. I got a hunch.
I got the legacy card on the bottom. The first person that flips will be known for this forever.
Someone trying to hide. Page of Wands and the Hermit. They also have spoken already, and they have to speak again. Or they have, if they haven't spoken, they've given information to the committee. The Nine of Swords and the Knight of Cups. This is not saying that. They're wedding themselves. That's what whoever this, because this person is tough until the police knock. It's that type of thing. They are very, very, very just like total wet dish rag in this instance. They worked on a committee. I'm not getting a court card, so I can't narrow it down anymore. But they worked on a committee of some sort, like a Republican National Tea Breakfast of the Freedom Caucus type of thing. So they're a household name, I do believe. That's what I get. I don't know who.
I get the whip, the man, the tower. The whip is something physical, argumentative, fighting. Man, and then tower. I'm going to say the one that barks, that may have had something sexual going on, because whip is also sexual. So I'm going to guess, based on these cards, Jim Jordan.
I'm feeling Jim Jordan. It's like somebody who had an image of being a supporter, who's been a little quiet lately, which he has. He's been very quiet lately, but had some issue with kids at some point that got highlighted. I think it's Jim Jordan. He's going to be like regrets trying to protect himself and manipulating and changing his story.
Like, I know he's not in Congress, but I get the impression it's Steve Bannon, somebody who was trying to hold everything close and trying to act tough, and for whatever reason, is all going to come flying out. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Bannon keeps having My Pillow guy on, and it's so funny. It's like, he's like, so have you got the proof now? Blah, blah, blah. Like, he lets My Pillow guy do all this talking and setting a new date, that everything's going to come out by.
Just keep moving the goalpost. Just keep moving.
Yeah, just keep moving it. But Steve has had him on, like, I don't know, 6 times in the past year and talks to him all the time. It's like,
I think
he has no credibility.
I think the only reason he keeps that fool around is because of all the money he's making off of him or getting from him, or because there's no other reason why. The guy is an idiot. He couldn't tie his shoelaces with instructions. Like there's no other reason to keep him around other than you're grifting off of him, some way, shape, or form. So
like getting advertising money from him or something.
And as much as we hate him, Steve Bannon is not an idiot. he's actually pretty freaking smart. He's pretty freaking smart. So,
well, I mean, he sounds like he's the mastermind of the whole coup thing, you know?
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm curious is why they stayed at the Willard Hotel instead of Trump's.
Okay, let's see.
Who is that? Bannon?
All the guys that were meeting on the 5th of January that they were investigating the what they call them, the like squad or whatever. The couldn't get the comp rooms out of Trump.
I think it was something. So, oh Lord Jesus, if we don't stay here, then they don't. It's like leaving a breadcrumb if you stay at Trump Tower, because people are going to look and, oh, you know, blah. It's that type of thing. I get the 5 of Wands. There's like a conflict here. The 9 of Wands and the Page of Wands. This was conversations, meetings, things of that nature, but they wanted to make sure that there was a barrier between them and the obvious when the attack happened. And so there was no connections to Donald Trump whatsoever. And they thought, you know, if we don't stay there, then they can't say we have a connection. And it's there you go.
I get the same thing, but funnily enough, I also get that he's an enemy as well. I get the what is it, Storks, Clover Mountain, improving their chances, and then there's an enemy here. So it's like Johnie said, don't leave breadcrumbs, as if you don't have a credit card and you're not going to swipe it at the hotel around the block. You know what I mean? But it's still like, because this is here, enemy, it's almost like they're taking a risk. They're upping their risk with an enemy. See what I'm saying? So like, not that they wouldn't turn on each other when the crap hits the fan, but there's an increased chance that it will be worse if they were over there. If I'm making any sense.
Trump would probably do like a Putin and tape them and stuff. I get it was done for defense reasons too. Thank you, Roberta. I get they were blocked because they thought people were watching Trump's hotels and would talk about it. And they also had more strength over the insurrectionists for some reason. Like they could escape quickly, easily, you know, if they wanted to. Details are going to come out about this, though, about why that hotel, something about that hotel.
I'm going to be silly. I got the Storks, the Clover, and the mountain. I'm going to say it was being renovated because there was like clogs and stuff wasn't coming out right. Like, and you know, Trump doesn't keep up with his properties, so there was probably like toilet flush or something like that. I'm just being silly right now.
He jacked up his rates too during that because he didn't want his low life, peanut butter boy staying there. Yeah. He jacked up his rates of his hotel during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just loves his supporters so very much.
Who was it that heard him say, which I'm not surprised. It was in a book. It was in the Michael. It was in one of the books where he found out about the COVID and he was like thankful because now that would keep him from shaking hands with those
disgusting meet and greets.
Disgusting people. Those are the people that are voting for you. Those are the people that came to the Capitol to overthrow the government for you. And you call them disgusting people. Like, and these idiots are still like, he's my king, he's my president. You know, like, He hates you all.
He hates them.
You all. He thinks
Mhm.
you're low trash pieces of crap.
Bill Maher did a thing on that to where he was trying to make the distinction to people. He's a city guy. You live in the middle of Kentucky and Tennessee on a farm. He is not one of you at all.
You all are living in a single wide trailer. You got 2 teeth in your mouth, and you're driving a broke down truck from 1975. Do you think that New York scum has wants anything to do with you? Get out of here. Get out of here.
Mr. Bone Spurs, who wouldn't serve in the military and stuff, he doesn't care about you guys, even if you're military people.
No, but the Patriots think that was a smart thing to do because that war was crap anyway. Like they will find an excuse for anything at all. At all. They will twist themselves into a pretzel and trip over their own logic to defend that man. It's insane.
So one of our viewers watching on Friday night heard me say that I'll probably get a couple of kittens for Lucy here in 2022 at some point. And she wants to know, how will Lucy feel about adding 2 new fur babies to the family? This is her nickname's Grumblepuss. If she doesn't like something, she'll let me know. She's like, row, 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 row. She's very sweet when she does like something, but she lets you know if she doesn't.
She'll be fine because she'll be in charge. She does like command, as we have seen in her interactions with dogs. She does like to not bully, but she just wants you to know that I'm a full-grown woman and you're gonna do what I say. So it's
Princess.
So I get the star and the 7 of swords. So there is hope. She is going to go on her training ritual. There's the lovers and King of Pentacles. As long as y'all just know she is in charge. This is my kingdom. Then y'all can stay here. Other than that, I'm gonna put you next door with the victims.
What are you getting, Becca?
I get the key, the storks, and the anchor. I think she's going to be pretty cool with it because she gets to be a mom without having to go through pregnancy and birth. This card is pregnancies and birth, and here it shows stability and having achievement. So she'll be there to guide them and give them answers and show them the rules and stuff like that. But I think she's happy she gets to have babies without having babies. So
funny. I get she'll temper them, like she's trapped with them, but like Johnie said, I'm in charge. I'm the Hierophant. You can go over here and party and everything, but I'm in control. I do get she'll spend a lot of time with them. She'll be a little confused about some of the things they do. It is a big change, but I get like if they break something, she's on it. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she's gonna whistle blow on them. She'll come get mom. Like, you broke that. I'm telling mom. So next week we're on House of Lenormand's channel, Becca's channel, same time. And tomorrow morning I'll be live at 10 a.m. Central Time with Jody Roberts from doing sound bath for Sacred Sounds of Coffee. I can't talk this weekend. I'm all talked out from Friday night.
7 whole hours. That's what it's like to do long live streams.
It's like, and you want me to do timestamps too? No. Thank you guys again so much. Thank you to all of those that joined us Friday night and that joined us last year. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, as the Harry Potter movie says. It's going to be an interesting year with a lot of lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And I'm so here for it.
I'm so here. Get your popcorn. We're all going to gain about 20 pounds because we're going to be sitting in front of the TV, eating all our meals, watching all these hearings because they're putting them on in prime time. So
the text messages will be like, "Holy freaking crap, Jenny! Did you see this?"
Watch the wait. Watch the wait. It's popcorn time. But thanks, everybody, and we will see you next Sunday.